All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley is back with you here. It's 9 Minutes with me on IGTV, Facebook, and on YouTube. We are here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant, getting set for, of course, another couple of weeks of racing at Saratoga. Today, though, a dark day, 2 days out there, and as you can see, they still have all of the races here on the big monitor. We were here this past weekend for the Four-Star Dave from Saratoga. Had a great time. Thanks to everybody who came out. Right now, I can smell the lunch buffet. It smells incredible. I've been promoting that thing and telling you guys about it. It's just $9.95 per lunch buffet. It includes a soda or a coffee with that as well. And you can come on down and try some wings. You can get some burgers. You can get a slew of awesome menu items here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Great beverages on tap in the bottle and in the can as well. The Phoenix Sports Restaurant also has a Sunday brunch from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. So make sure you get on down here. Start your day off right on a Sunday with the delicious buffet that they have here, the brunch buffet that Mike and the gang put out. It's fantastic stuff. Again, the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Go like them on Facebook, and of course be on the lookout for all of the upcoming events here with the Phoenix Sports Restaurant, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. I want to get into the Cleveland Browns a little bit on this video here in terms of 2019, a little bit of a synopsis / preview for this team. And, you know, when you look at the intangibles of the Cleveland Browns this year, you've got a bunch of them that I think that they're going to be fine with. I think they're going to be all right with, talent. They're going to be okay on paper. They're going to be okay intangible-wise. But the question becomes the egos in the locker room. You've got major prima donna guys in that locker room. Now, look, as we're in mid-August here, so far so good. We haven't heard a peep out of many of them at this point, or really any of them at this point. But eventually you might have Odell Beckham Jr. fly off the handle. You know, is Jarvis Landry going to keep the attitude level? Baker Mayfield has been known to be sort of a controversial player. You bring in Kareem Hunt. You've got a lot there. You got a lot of baggage in that locker room. And the question also here with this is you've got a rookie head coach in Freddie Kitchens. And I'm just looking at this thing like, would a veteran head coach be better there than a rookie? And again, I'm just asking the questions. We don't have the answers just yet. We need the season to start. We need to see how these guys can corroborate with one another. But the reality of the situation is there is a ton of drama there. Now, I realize Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. apparently have moved in together. I realize that they're the best of friends going back to their LSU days. I realize all that. And I also realize that they're two of the, top 5-6 most talented, best receivers in the National Football League. But when you put those guys in the same locker room with all the other players, and also let's just mention that Sheldon Richardson on the defensive line doesn't exactly have a baggage-free recent past either. I just wonder about that locker room chemistry. Now, look, Freddie Kitchens last year when he took over as head coach of the Cleveland Browns as the interim head coach, he seemed to really get a quick knack in terms of how to connect with players. He's an aw shucks, really calm dude, really good attitude, really good teacher. And if you noticed Baker Mayfield's numbers, they continued to go up and up and up and improve from a completion standpoint, from an accuracy standpoint, from a deep ball accuracy standpoint. Baker Mayfield got better as the season went on. Freddie Kitchens as the head coach definitely helped the cause there. So, I think Baker will be okay. Obviously, Baker is lumped in with all the other second-year quarterbacks like Josh Allen, like Josh Rosen, like Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson. What are these guys going to do? Are they the franchise guy? Can they handle it? Cleveland seems to think that he is definitely the man. I think Baker Mayfield right now, so far so good. I think he has a chance to be, really have an impact, maybe a Russell Wilson type impact for the Cleveland Browns. Now, we know, of course, that John Dorsey is the general manager of the Cleveland Browns. He's a shark. He's a sabermetrician. He likes to take chances on his team, and he feels that all of these guys on this roster, for sure, are the goods. And, he's taken a chance on, this roster from a prima donna standpoint and and certainly from a talent standpoint, hoping that combination can be the answer. I think Cleveland, when you look at their schedule, they have an opportunity here. I think you got to get out of the gate really strong. You got to beat the Titans right there in week 1. If they can go 3-1 to start the season, they've got a big-time slate over about a 6 or 7 or 8 week stretch. They do have a bye right before, I believe, the Patriots week there in the first few weeks of the season. You definitely want to start 3-1, and then maybe towards the end of the year, you know what? You got a couple of games back end, last 4 games of the year. If you're 7-5, you've got Arizona and you've got 2 against Cincinnati lumped into the Final Four. Well, at that point, if you go 7-5, let's say you start 3-1, you end up 7-5 with 4 games to play. You go 3-1 at that point. You got to believe that 10-6 is going to get the job done. They do have a challenge in that division with Baltimore. They have a challenge with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are looking to prove people wrong without Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, to prove that they were the problems and that the drama and all the rest is not in the locker room anymore. Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Tomlin and company, Juju Smith-Schuster now is the number 1 guy, James Conner at running back, and I think they had a great draft as well. I think their defense is going to be vastly improved compared to last year. You have a look now at Baltimore, of course, always a team that's coached by John Harbaugh is really, really good, and I never count the Baltimore Ravens out because their front office is too good. So this is going to be a magnificent football season in the AFC North, and I think when you take a look at those 3 teams, Cleveland has as good an opportunity to win the division as the other 2. I think it's going to come down really to the start that they have, in order. It's going to come down to the chemistry with the prima donna egomaniacs, Sheldon Richardson, Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt, on and on it goes. Then it's going to come down to what kind of a start they have. It's going to come down to the rookie head coach and Freddie Kitchens being the CEO of the team. How can he control all those guys? And I think the next part, of course, is going to be health. And then the next part after that is going to be, hey, how can you get to 7-5 before the last 4 games of the season? How can you try to stay in it with a wild card race and all the rest? I think Cleveland will have a major chance to go 10-6 or 9-7 and be in the hunt for at least a wild card and perhaps take the division over. The last key being, and that's why I left it out for this part, is that how will you play against Baltimore and Pittsburgh? If Cleveland can somehow manufacture 3 wins out of 4 against both Baltimore and Pittsburgh, remember they play them home and road, okay? 2 times against Pittsburgh, 2 times against the Baltimore Ravens. Divisional teams, super intense bloodbaths at some point with the AFC North battles. If they can finish 3-1 in those games and start 3-1 and maybe go 7-5 with 4 games remaining and then go 3-1 to finish the year, and all those other factors, I think Cleveland could be a real playoff team in 2019. But I'm super stoked. If you ask me on the short list of things that I'm looking forward to in terms of the NFL season, I would have to put the Cleveland Browns on my short list, maybe in the top 5 in terms of most intriguing teams to watch with unbelievable storylines, just to see what they may do. It's going to be a fascinating 2019 campaign if you are a Cleveland Browns fan. Well, I'm Mike Lindsley here, 9 Minutes with me on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. I am here from the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. The lunch buffet is absolutely out of this world. Make sure you come on out and try it. Mike and the gang do a great job, from the au gratin potatoes to the conies and hot dogs and the baked lasagna sometimes, the cheese ravioli sometimes, the sirloin burgers. I mean, you name it, he's got it going on here. The lunch buffet is delicious. It's $9.95. It'll fill you up all day, and it comes with a soda or a coffee. And stop by every Sunday for their awesome Sunday brunch from 7 a.m. until 1 p. Mike brings out all the goods for that as well. Saratoga Race is back, of course, tomorrow. Make sure you come on out. They've got the races from all over the country here on the big boards, so make sure you come out and bet next door at the OTB. Throw your bets in. If you don't know quite what you're doing, they'll help you out. Just ask questions. They'll have answers for every single one of them. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and of course, you can like the Phoenix Sports Restaurant on Facebook and download my podcast called the ML Sports Platter, where you get your podcasts. Subscribe, download, leave feedback, and a 5-star review. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.